An escalation clause is a somewhat uncommon home buyer offer strategy in New York City, which automatically increases an offer amount when a competing bid is received, up to a preset maximum offer. A buyer may consider using an escalation clause when he or she is bidding on a desirable property, but does not want to engage in the typical back-and-forth negotiation which may happen in such a scenario. How does an offer escalation clause work in New York City? A buyer who submits an offer with an escalation clause will typically start at a low number, say $850,000, and automatically increase his or her offer by $5,000 above any competing offer, up to a maximum offer, such as $900,000. An escalation clause is most commonly used in a highly competitive situation, such as a bidding war or a best and final offer process. Let's say another buyer submits an offer of $855,000. In this scenario, the escalation clause would automatically increase the original buyer's offer to $5,000 above $855,000, which is $860,000. Assuming there are no more offers and the second bidder does not increase his or her offer, the original bidder with the escalation clause will purchase the apartment for $860,000. Using this same example, let's say another bidder submits an offer at $900,000. Because the escalation clause is capped at $900,000, this means that the original buyer's offer would not automatically go higher than $900,000. An easy way to think about an escalation clause as a buyer is to know that regardless of what other offers come in, you'll always have the highest offer price as long as the other offers received are at or below your escalation cap. If you're considering submitting an offer with an escalation clause, you'll also need to define what documentation or other evidence constitutes proof that a listing agent has received a higher offer. Be prepared for possible pushback from the listing agent, as most agents aren't required to ever provide proof of competing offers, so you know they're not making them up. What are the risks of an escalation clause to a seller? The main risk to a seller of an escalation clause is that it may result in the buyer paying less than his or her theoretical maximum offer price. An escalation clause can also divert attention away from a more financially qualified buyer, whose offer is beaten by another buyer's escalation clause. This is especially important if you're selling a co-op, as most buildings have specific financial requirements for buyers. What are the risks of an escalation clause to a buyer? The main risks of an escalation clause for a buyer are that a seller might not agree to it. You reveal your willingness to pay, and the seller or listing agent may make up offers which would trigger your escalation clause. Looking to buy or sell a home in New York? Learn how you can save on commission and closing costs at www.hauseitnyc.com.